to come on board here with our with LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and all of the above. It looks like a little error to occur. So pushing forward, and we are live now. So welcome, and thanks so much for joining me here for day 37, y'all, of the Strategic Leadership Mastery Series. We got a fun one. I'm extremely excited about it because it is all about, I always put that word strategic in front of it because we're doing strategic leadership mastery, but this one is on strategic vision crafting. So we're going to be kind of crafting through our business, right? Journaling our goals, etc. Y'all know we've heard all about vision boards before, right? But this one, as I said, is just a little different. The topic of discussion is strategic vision crafting, your business, your goals, and your journal. It's my real true belief that if we don't write the vision and make it plain so that we can see it, who else is going to see it? We need to see it first. So I'm excited about this one. I decided to do it just a tad bit different because to me, this is going to be an interactive one. It's not going to be very, very long. Hey, sweetheart, I hadn't seen you in a while. How's it going? How's it going? We're here today, and thanks so much for joining me. This is actually day 37 of a 61-day journey that I'm taking to work with female CEOs, consultants, coaches, and service providers. I work with them to go from strategy to implementation in their business. And today we're kicking off day 37, and we're going to jump into journaling some things, AKA, most of us may call it vision boarding. I don't want to call it that because to me, oftentimes we get a little stuck in a rut when we hear that, but it's a form of it. We're going to just do it a little different, as business owners. I want you to kind of take it to a different level and truly map out the things that you really need to map out so that you can see and have the success that I know you desire to have. So we're jumping into what I consider a transformative piece of your business, something that you, that coach, that consultant, that service provider can see clear on, right? We need to get past feeling that grime of overwhelm, that thing that usually takes us and has us just kind of stopping or staying stuck in areas that we don't need to be stuck in because we can't see things. So today we're going to paint a picture, I guess I would say, or we're going to visualize. And I'm going to encourage you to do this using um, a digital vision board kind of thing perspective, right? So stick around. Don't go far. I encourage you to invite other female CEOs, coaches, consultants, and service providers over so that I can help them walk through and paint the picture that they need. We're going to break it down using, as I say on a day-to-day consistent basis, practical steps. And these steps, I believe, are truly tailored for you. So let's get ready to simplify, automate, systematize, and streamline our way to success. If you're just now joining and you're not quite sure who I am, my name is Danette Moss. I am your business systems and implementation strategist, aka the strategy lady. And I hang out over at my favorite place. That's LetsTalkStrategies.com. I encourage you to come over and check me out sometimes. You never know what it is you may need because I tell you, whatever it is you need, if you're a coach, consultant, or service provider, I got what you need to help you take your life and your business to the next level. I'm all about helping you go from strategy to implementation. In a nutshell, y'all, I help you put your business on rinse and repeat. So let's go ahead and let's kind of knock on the door of this situation. Let's go ahead and get down to business. I want to start talking with you about the practical steps, but before we get into designing and creating your digital vision board, I'm going to talk about why vision journaling matters. So I'm going to take the word board out of the equation as much as I can. It's just a habit. But vision journaling matters because as these successful female CEOs are dealing with the fast-paced journey of this world of entrepreneurship, we are dealing with so much chaos, right? We're feeling just like we're just all over the place. We're overwhelmed in most cases. We are busy raising our children, running our families, running businesses, dealing with corporate America, dealing with this thing called husband. And we just got a lot on our shoulders. But we know that God gave us his uh, God given vision, dream, or goal. But sometimes we just can't see clear with stuff. So I believe that vision journaling digitally is very helpful because most of us are what? We're on some type of, platform or some type of phone or computer. I mean, it's just in our face all the time. We're not looking at a physical board. So this is why I believe, in my opinion, that vision journaling is extremely important. The vision journal, in my opinion, isn't just the typical run of the mill vision board. I want you to think of it as your sidekick, for lack of better words, to bringing your business dreams to life. For me, again, I'm pretty visual, but I got so sick and tired of the traditional vision board where you cutting out all these different things. So I said, let me help you craft a way that you can do this and map out or create some sort of roadmap for your business and make sure that it aligns with your business goals and help you to make sure that you stay on the right track, especially when things get what kind of wild and crazy, kind of irritating and frustrating. When you have a point of reference that you can go to, a space or a place for you to go back to and to remind you of your why you're doing what you're doing, it makes it a lot easier when you can have it digitally, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and dive into the practical steps. Generally speaking, we're here 30 minutes, sometimes more, sometimes less. Whatever time we finish, we'll get finished. And I just want you to make sure that you take a proactive approach as we go through this. Again, if you're just now joining, my name is Danette Moss, Business Systems and Implementation Strategist, aka the Strategy Lady. Thanks so much for joining me here on LinkedIn, Facebook, X, aka Twitter, and YouTube, and for joining me here on Instagram. Let's get ready, y'all, to go ahead and dive into the nitty gritty of day 37 of the Strategic Leadership Mastery Series. And again, our topic is all about strategic vision crafting your business, your goal, your journey. Now, I want to talk to you about the first practical step that I believe you can use when it comes to crafting and creating a digital vision board or your creation of it. Now, remember, I'm not going to speak from a space or a place of the physical board. If that's what you decide to do, that's what you decide to do. But I'm going to come from a place of the digital piece. First things first, as you get ready to draft out and paint the picture and paint out your journey of your business, think about the favorite digital tool of choice that you like to use. Y'all, it can be something as simple as Canva, which is my favorite one when it comes to this. Or you might be the one that just wants to use Microsoft Word. It's up to you, okay? It's not a canvas, y'all. It's really, truly what I consider a digital playground. Get ready to have fun with it. So if your choice is Canva or Microsoft, choose the one that you think best suits you. And let's get ready to get down to business. Now, as you make the choice, whatever choice you choose, I know in Canva, you can go up to that top right and you can name the project, the file, the document. Same thing for Microsoft Word. Go ahead and put a name to it. Now, for me, I enjoy mapping out my plans, my vision, my goals in 90-day segments. Okay. 90-day segments, it could be what? Like your quarterly type situations. They allow me to stay on course. So as you label this document, label it maybe with your upcoming month, your 90-day adventure, whatever. Put something to it so that you can find it. Okay. Have it easily right there in your face, especially if you're designing it on Canva. You can literally make it your, what do you call it? The backdrop of your screensaver. Okay. Now that you have labeled this thing, because we're creating what? A vision, mapping out our vision. It's not just vision boarding, we're doing it digitally. We want to make sure that we add certain elements to it. Okay. Now, I'm going to speak to you from a perspective of a female CEO. So if we have any men joining us, hey, you can get in on the bandwagon. Just know I'm speaking to the women. You can do the same thing, right? So I'm going to give you some examples of some perspectives of a CEO, a female CEO, whether you are a consultant, a coach, or a service provider. If you are a CEO, a great example of how you can start the main section of drafting out this visual board is that you can maybe vision yourself, maybe wanting to be a speaker, right? You're standing on a stage. Hey, Business Mind Collaborative Inc. Thanks so much for joining me here on IG. So, if you're a CEO and you're aiming for that broader leadership presence, you want to maybe be on stages, you want to be a world renowned speaker on your digital vision board. Consider adding images of a stage, right? You're painting a picture, you're writing the vision, and you're making it plain. So then let's see it can run with it. You need to see it first. So put images of maybe a stage, a microphone, and then maybe put some quotes, some impactful quotes of being a leader. Because remember, our series here is all about being a strategic leader, right? Strategic leadership mastery series. We want to master things. So anytime I'm trying to remind myself of stuff or encourage myself to continue on, to maintain the tenacity and not to give up, you want to make sure that you remind yourself of things. So you can use quotes. So you're asking a question, how? Hey, Joe, how are you? Ooh, I'm not sure who that is. This is Danette. How? I'm giving you examples of digital vision boards. The first how is decide on what it is you want to use. So whether you decide, I guess maybe that's your name is Joe, that your choice is doing this on Microsoft Word, you can use that. Or if it was me, I would use Canva to stage and map out my digital vision board. Okay. And when I use Canva, I label it. Generally speaking, I work on things in a 90-day segment, aka quarterly, right? And I'm mapping out what it is my plans are, my goals, as to what it is I plan on achieving so I can clearly see it. So I would name that document if it's Microsoft Word, or I would name the actual project or file if you're using Canva, whatever it is that you're doing, right? Put a name to it, right? Put some respect on it in a nutshell. And I'm giving you the example. If you are a CEO who's looking to kind of expand or broaden your leadership skills, put yourself out there more, and you may decide that you want to possibly use um, the platform of speaking to get out there more, then on your vision board, put a stage up there. Imagine yourself speaking. Put a stage on that vision, that digital vision board, right? Add a microphone. Put quotes, something that's going to trigger you and and add that impact that will cause you to have the tenacity to stick to it, this to keep going. Okay, it was a say, hey, how are you? But joke I typed. I don't know what that is. Okay. And then now, after you put those key elements, whatever it is, if you're a coach, what are the things that you plan on doing in the coaching realm for that client, if it's a program or whatever? Put that up there. For me, I'm giving the example as a speaker because I speak, right? So before I started speaking, I had to imagine it. I had to see myself doing it. So I'm giving you the example. Put on your digital board a stage, a microphone, all these key things that will help you see yourself doing what it is you're mapping out and that you're planning on doing. Remember, you're painting this roadmap for yourself. And then the next practical tip that you may want to add to this is you need to definitely put something in position that would allow you to cultivate your habits and achievements. Okay. What do I mean by that? Oftentimes we get kind of down and out and we don't quite know how to keep ourselves encouraged. Or a way to cultivate your habits and achievements is shift your focus to the habits you want to what? Build and achieve. In a nutshell, what is it that you're gunning for? Okay. If you're a coach leveling up your skills, toss in an image of the coaching tools that you want to use, right? Put snippets of those testimonies that people give you or testimonies that you desire to have, right? Write the vision and make it plain so you can see it. And again, quotes about continuous improvements. That's cultivating your habits and your achievements. You want things that's going to be positive that you can see that's going to keep motivating you to move forward. Because remember, each piece, y'all, truly contributes to your evolving story. You're painting the picture that you want to see. I don't consider it lying, right? Because it's writing the vision and make it plain. You need to see it, right? Call it out, put it up there, paint the picture, draft out your story. Focus on your habits that you want to cultivate. And of course, the achievements that you truly want to reach. Put them on the board, right? If you know, in order for you to continue to get where you want to be as a coach, use that as the example, and you need to divvy up on your skills, put that there. Maybe you want to get Scrum certified. Okay. Maybe if you want to be a life coach, you maybe want to get around something, somebody that'll help you with that. Whatever it is, anything that can help you enhance the skill, put it there because it's going to serve as a reminder of a skill set that you need so you can achieve that said goal. Right. I'm all about growing. I think, in my opinion, we all never stop growing. We never do. Right. So put those things down that you really, truly plan to achieve and want to achieve. Put it out there so you can see it on a consistent day-to-day basis. Now, practical tip number 3. As a successful female CEO, whether you call yourself a coach, consultant, or service professional, we still need to focus on financial targets. It's my real true belief, y'all, that this needs to be on your digital vision board. Stop dodging the numbers. We can't dodge the numbers. We need to look at it. We need to embrace it. And we need to jot them down so that we can see it. Jot down your financial targets. What is the goal? What do you want to make in a week, a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year? You got to put it down so you can see it. Okay. So I'll give you an example as a consultant because we're speaking to consultants, coaches, and service providers. If you are a consultant who's eyeing your revenue milestone, let that dollar figure truly stand out large. I would have it big on my board as a consultant. I worked with those 6 and 7 figure female consultants, corporate consultants. And I know my dollar amount. I got to know it so that I can know what it is that I need to deliver and how I'm delivering it and how much I'm charging, right? So I keep my revenue dollar amount, my milestone front and center, right? It stands there. It reminds me that my price is my price and it helps me also stick to it. I can remember when I first got into this game, this part of my business, I used to get ready to say a price in the midst of me having a discovery session with people. And then I would start feeling weird. Oh my God, if I tell them it's going to be 5,000, am I going to be able to do this? Oh, if I tell them it's 297, or maybe I'll just, say it. And then if they don't respond real quick, I'll say, well, what can you afford? Don't do that. Put that number front and center and stick to it. Stick to it. Respect the value of the services that you're providing. Now, I know a lot of people may say charge your worth. Me personally, I won't say that because I can't put a dollar on my worth, right? Because I'm priceless. But make sure that you charge literally the value of the service that you're providing. So put your financial targets on that board. Okay. Remember, the numbers aren't just stats, though. Okay. It's really, really important that you remember that. They're just markers for you, markers of your success journey. And they also can play a role as a marker to let you know when it's time to raise your prices, because you're going to go back and you're going to revisit this board, right? And I'm going to talk more to you, more with you about that, about what I think or how often you should revisit it. Okay, so write down the financial targets for the month, the week, the day, whatever it is you desire. Get it out there so you can have a clear picture right front and center so that you can stay focused on it. Now, the next practical tip, I believe we are on practical tip number 4. We talked about the first one. We went on to cultivating the habits and achievements. We went on to financial targets. Yes, so we're on number 4. Listen, in my heart of heart opinion, I believe in doing monthly evaluations. If I'm going to be working with team members, my VAs, junior admins, team members that may be on board working with me consistently on a day-to-day basis, we need to review things. We need to be on the same page. So every month, or as the new month unfolds, you need to revisit this digital haven, this digital vision board. Okay. Look at it so that you can see your milestones, see if you're reaching your milestones, reaching your goals and the milestones, for lack of better words. And hey, repeat the process. Don't recreate the wheel. It's an evolution, y'all, not a revolution. Don't have yourself all jacked up and make this thing harder than what it should be. Reflect on what worked last month. Consider any subtle tweaks that you may have to make, right? Because in my opinion, I don't think you should have to start over each and every time. That's like that start and stop stuff that keeps people confused. It's not about starting over. It's about refining the journey, right? This is your vision. Writing the vision and make it plain so them see it can run with it. You're ready to run with it so that you can help everybody else see it. Remember, you can tweak it, revisit it as much as possible, in my opinion. So for me, at the beginning of each month, I look to see what worked, what didn't work, and I refine it, right? Sit down and I speak with the people that are on my team. We may have what I call a 15-minute stand-up, you know, uh, conversation. I speak from the space of Scrum, right? Project management type stuff. But you just want to kind of hit it, look at the things, make sure that you begin, in my opinion, at the beginning of each month, repeat the process that you've already put down, list out your new goals and your milestones, okay? And then, most importantly, reflect on what worked well. And of course, I don't want to say what didn't work. Let's just say what can be improved from the previous month, right? Because you don't want to mess around and keep repeating the same not so good steps and just have yourself running up against a brick wall. So reflect on what worked and also look at what can be improved. But don't beat yourself up. Remember, it's your vision. You're crafting your business. You're crafting out your goals and your journal so you can see it clear on a consistent uh, day-to-day basis, because I revisit mine all the time. And believe it or not, y'all, I take my business plan, and my business plan technically is my to-do list, right? Because we all know, if we are for real about what a business plan is, a bank is not giving you no money right off the rip, right? Investors are not giving you money right off the rip. You have to paint a story, and it can't just be what I think the numbers are going to be. So for me, that business plan is my to-do list. It's helping me stay on task so that I can create that end goal in mind. Next, the next practical tip or step, I want you to remember that reviewing and adjustments don't necessarily have to be a monthly thing. Hey, listen, if we look at our life and we set up a quarterly reminder or quarterly business structure, I tend to look at mine, like I said, every 3 to 4 months. I revisit my vision journal, right? I assess how many visualized goals that I really achieved, visualized, right? What did I achieve? Oh my God, I did that. I spoke at this event. I got up on this stage. I got on this podcast, because that stuff is on my board. How many podcasts I want to be involved in, whose training I want to sit up under, did I raise my prices to the right price point? Did I stick to my guns, right? At what I said, what was going to be was going to be. And as I look at it and I assess it, I get excited about the things that I achieve because I can see it clear. I'm not trying to remember what I said I thought I was going to do because I can visually see it, right? And because we're sitting here on this digital landscape on the computers for the most part all the time, I'm not running around trying to find my board or whatever. It's right here front and center because I'm sitting here working on it on a consistent day-to-day basis. And then I go ahead, y'all, at this point on a 3 month, 6 month, 9 month, and 12 month, I celebrate my successes. I'm encouraging you to do that, right? As you celebrate your successes, it gives you the tenacity to keep running and to keep going, right? And it also helps you to adjust whatever your strategies were or are for your ongoing goals. Remember, our topic is all about strategic leadership mastery. I believe in taking a strategic approach at everything I do business wise, even down to crafting out my digital vision board. So celebrate your successes and adjust the strategies for any ongoing goals. Okay. Remember, this isn't just y'all this kind of or recording or some kind of board that you're going to go back to and just throw away later on because you got frustrated you didn't meet those goals. To me, it's a living testament to your strategic journey. You can see it. I met this. Wow, this is good. On to the next phase and on to the next phase. Now, the next thing I want to encourage you to do as you draft out this digital vision board or your digital vision journal is to make sure that you integrate this into your daily life. Let your vision journal step out of the digital realm. Make it a part of your daily life. If you're a service provider, now I want to touch on points with you all, and you're dreaming of a new launch, put your tagline up there, some kind of symbol from, that on that vision journal that will allow you to gracefully walk this thing out. If you've been paying attention to me, I will tell you, my name is Danette Moss, business systems and implementation strategist, AKA the strategy lady. I work with overwhelmed 6-figure to 7-figure female corporate consultants or female consultants. I work with them to go from overwhelming their business to putting it on rinse and repeat. And then I usually say something like, in a nutshell, here comes my tagline. I work with them to go from strategy to implementation. That's on my screensaver. It's everywhere. One, it's reminding me of what it is that I say I'm doing with them. Two, it's a new program, a launch that I'm doing. So I'm keeping it front and center. I'm helping them go from strategy to implementation. I'm putting it out there. It's on my screensaver. It's on everything that I see. And I'm talking about it. I'm using it as a constant reminder of what it is I'm getting ready to do, what it is that I'm mapping out. Y'all, it's a reinforcement. Consider doing something like that. Listen, if you're a consultant or a coach, you're a service provider in my book. So use that for yourself. I do it. I provide services, although I also have products. And I use that as a constant reminder. I keep it visible right in front of me. I keep it integrated into my daily routine. I say it out of my mouth on a consistent day-to-day basis. So make sure that your tagline or whatever it is you're doing, whatever your launch is, that is visible. Put that on your digital visual journal. Please do. Okay. Now, I believe that I've touched base on just about all of them. I'm going to go back and look at a quick recap because I don't want to keep you longer than 30 minutes today. We are talking today on day 37 of creating a strategic vision business journal, listing out your goals. I don't like to necessarily call it a business, a vision board. I decided to say strategic vision crafting, your business, your goals, your journal. It's you painting the story. I provided, it looks like maybe 6 practical tips. The first one was that um, get digital with it, right? Consider the platform you're going to use or the software you're going to use. Canva is my favorite go-to one, or you could actually use, listen, something as simple as Microsoft Word, right? Make sure that you Put a name to it. Put some respect on that thing. Because when you put a name to it, you tend to get a little bit more serious about it. Okay. Maybe consider naming it your 90-day goal or your 30-day goal, whatever it is, but put some respect on it by naming it. Okay. I also share some examples. If you are a CEO and you're looking forward to really launching more in the deep as a leader, and you're deciding that you want to be a speaker, on your digital journal, put a picture of a stage, right? Put some quotes, a microphone. I gave you examples of things that you should do that will serve as a reminder to keep you on task. I also encourage you, for practical tip number 2, was to cultivate your habits and your achievements. And all that is helping you to shift your focus. Make sure that your focus is on the habits that you want to build, not on that, oh, I wish I could have, would have, right? List out the things that you want to achieve. List out the things that you're gunning for in your business, right? If you're a coach, I gave you the example. If you're ready to level up your coaching skills, you may have to get more training, right? You may need more software, different tools. So put that on your digital journal, tools for coaching. Put snippets of those glowing testimonies, the quotes that will help you continue down the path, things that'll help you improve your coaching ability. It's all about mastering your skills. This is why it's called strategic leadership mastery. As a business owner, we need to continue on a consistent day-to-day basis mastering our skills. Okay. Now, the next, which I believe is practical tip or step number 3, was make sure you put your financial targets on that digital journal, aka your vision board, for some of you all that are just now joining. Put your financial targets down. Stop dodging the numbers. Don't do it. You need to embrace it. What is the price point that you want to charge them so you can stick to your guns? What is your financial target that you desire to have if you're a consultant working with corporate people or corporate people at corporate organizations? Okay. Keep your eye on the prize. Make sure that you're reaching your revenue milestones. You need to see it, right? Let that figure, that dollar amount, stand out. Put it in big, bold red, if it was me, on that digital journal so that you can make sure that you're meeting the goals, right? Remember that it's not just about the stats, y'all. It is helping you. It's a marker to help you as you go through this success journey. And then I also gave you a practical tip for monthly evaluations. Okay. As the new month comes on, revisit this digital haven, AKA your journal, right? And look to see how things are working. Are you reaching the goals? Are you reaching the milestones? And repeat the process. You don't have to keep starting over from scratch, right? Just rinse and repeat this thing, right? And I also talked to you about reviewing and adjusting, right? I tend to like to review. I know you're looking at it on a monthly basis, but I tend to like to review, for me, 3 to 4 months. So technically, I like to look at mine quarterly. So it breaks down to that every 3 to 4 months, quarterly, every 3 months, to see what it is I'm doing. I revisit it. I assess the things that I envision that I put there. Am I reaching those goals? I celebrate my successes, and I make the necessary adjustments to my strategies for any ongoing goals that I didn't necessarily meet or that I struggled with. I personally try not to look at it as a bad thing, like I failed in anything. I just look at it and go, okay, we need to tweak this thing, right? Now, don't get in a habit of tweaking just because you're not reaching the goal all the time. If you're not reaching it, you need to really get with someone to help you outline and see what's going on as to why you're not reaching the set goals that you need to meet. Also, last but not least, I talked about the importance of integrating your digital visual journal. Again, for those of you that are just now joining, your vision board, but for me, it's a digital journal, into your day-to-day life. Let your vision journal, come out of the digital piece and become a part of your day-to-day walk, your day-to-day life. I gave the example that if you're a service provider and you're dreaming of a new launch, I'm a consultant / coach. I'm a service provider. My new launch is I work with you to do what? Go from strategy to implementation. So guess what? That is on my digital vision journal, on my board. I see it all the time. I say it all day long. That's a tagline for me. So put that on yours. Put a symbol, put whatever tagline, use it as a constant reminder so that you can stay focused on that thing that you're doing. It comes, or it offers a form of reinforcement, in my opinion, right? Make sure that this vision, this journal stays visible. Put it on your desktop, whatever you need to do so you can see it and you can revisit it. Okay. Now, as we close out, because we're like 6 minutes over the time that I wanted to finish, I want to say kudos to you if you've decided to walk on this journey and walk it out, right? Craft your actual strategic vision, business journal, listing your goals and all of that. Take the proactive approach towards having the strategic success that I know you desire to have, right? Your mission should be to accept it, know that you can do it, but remind yourself that you need to be able to visually see it on a consistent day-to-day basis. So I generally will end with some sort of homework. Y'all should know what it is. Listen, if you hadn't drafted out your vision where you can clearly see it, and you don't want to just write it down on paper, right, and go back to it and categorize it and all of that, consider crafting your own vision journal. It's your business. Put it down, craft it out, and I'd love for you to come back and share it with us. Tell us how you laid it out. Give me your thoughts, share your experiences. Listen, if you share it, it's guaranteed to empower another female CEO. And it's definitely going to lend to encouraging her to write her vision and make it plain so she can clearly see it. We're just being a little creative by creating our own strategic vision journal, aka vision board. So I'd love for you to let me know how it works out for you. Let me know what you chose. Did you choose Canva, or did you choose the traditional Microsoft Word? Or if you got a software that I'm unaware of, because I know there's several of them, I've used them before, but I'm choosing not to talk about them, share with us your favorite choice. I'd love for you to do that. If you are that female CEO who does not necessarily like to leave comments so that everyone out in the social sphere can see it, consider joining us over in the Get Your Sass On community. Okay. You can join us by going to GYSO community.letstalkstrategies.com. Again, that's GYSO community.letstalkstrategies.com. GYSO stands for Get Your Sass On. It's my true belief that every female CEO needs a little sass in her life. And if by chance you're wondering what sass stands for, y'all, I'm all about helping you simplify, automate, systematize, and streamline your business for that sustainable growth. It's time to grow your business. It's time to get down to business. And why not have a little fun while you're doing it? Go ahead and move forward and start by creating your own strategic vision journal, aka your vision board. But let's do it digitally. Okay. I hope and pray you all found this helpful and that you come back and join me on tomorrow, y'all, for yet another strategic, insightful day of the Strategic Leadership Mastery Series. Join me for day 38. I'll be here prayerfully, same time, same platforms, whatever your favorite platform is, whether it's IG, whether it's X, aka Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. But on the weekends, y'all, you know that it's pre-recorded. I'll be here for a total of 61 days, and it has truly been an honor to serve you and to provide you with the things that I truly believe you need. If you are joining and listening to this later on, please make sure that you let me know that you are listening at it by putting hashtag replay. If you decide that you want to share your vision, your digital visual vision journal, go ahead and put hashtag vision journal. and tell us how you did it and what you put on it. Even share a picture. I'd love to see it. Because you can take a snapshot of your digital visual journal or board. Okay. All right, y'all. I got to get ready to get out of here. Your girl got a little headache today, and I need to get me some rest a little early. Y'all take care. Thanks so much for joining me. This is Danette Moss, Business Systems and Implementation Strategist, aka the Strategy Lady, over at LetsTalkStrategies.com. See you tomorrow.